Okay. So, as far as where you were, according to my records, you were spending the night in one of the travellers' barns outside of Kyūryū Castle.
Yes.
You sold the weapons to the armory.
Yep.
And unlike the notes that Kyūryū has taken, they didn't give you a license to wear armor around the province. They just allowed you to carry it.
Ah, okay. My mistake.
So they bought the weapons because they weren't keen on you wandering around with those, but they allowed you to carry the armor.
Actually, we're allowed to carry it, that's right. Because they were like, what the hell are you doing with all this?
Well,
Yeah.
strength training for us, you see.
They're probably hoping that we'll die and they can come and collect it for now.
Well, if you don't mind, Harumi would rather not carry out that sort of strength training.
Well, I think she should. Be good
Yeah.
for her.
She could use it, yeah.
Hey!
Hi, Brian.
Brian, would you agree that Harumi doesn't really want to do any strength training by carrying armor around?
Oh, the hell no.
Of course, if they wish to slow the party down even more, they can
That's
force you to
one
do
way of doing it.
So the current situation is that, as I said, you are spending the night in one of the travellers' barns outside of Kyūryū Castle. There's about just under 3 feet of snow on the ground. So it's a truly frosty sort of evening. There was snow yesterday, and it's still overcast this evening. So, sorry, there was snow today, just a brief snowfall while you were travelling to Kyūryū Castle. It doesn't look as though the clouds are breaking up very much. Okay, the temperature does drop below 0 overnight, so the surface of the snow will be nice and crisp. And so you're setting out again on 8 Kaminosuke.
Yep.
Which is actually, for those who know their Buddhism, Rohatsu, which is the day of the enlightenment of the Buddha.
So I guess that's a very big day in the Buddhist calendar then.
Oh yes. If you were a devout Buddhist, you wouldn't have been travelling yesterday, you'd have been praying and preparing for this festival. But you're not really a very devout Buddhist.
I'm not necessarily a Buddhist. I never said I was. I was studying both, but I also studied Shinto as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely not a devout Buddhist. I mean, they're foreign scum, aren't they?
Woofed.
No, the faith might be foreign, but the Buddhists
difference.
Next, you'll be telling me that you don't like tea because that comes from China.
But no, it doesn't. We grow it here.
The best tea comes from China.
Well, I wouldn't know about that because I don't drink the best tea.
I don't drink tea at all, so I couldn't even give you an opinion.
Before you thump somebody.
I'm that 1 in a million guy that does not like tea or coffee. People are always like, what? You don't drink tea or coffee? Nope, I do not. I never have.
Now that might explain why you're as weird as you are then, sir.
I mean, I like caffeine as much as the next guy. I love a giant Red Bull or 2 every day.
And now you are sounding very weird. I tried a Red Bull once. When I came down off the ceiling, I threw the rest away.
I love it. It tastes like cremola foam. It reminds me of my childhood. Cremola foam's a Scottish thing. You won't know that, will you?
No.
It was like a
I know
powder.
rice cremola, but not cremola foam.
It was like a flavoured powder. You had raspberry and orange and strawberry, whatever. It was just a powder, and you just mixed it with water, and it was a juice, and it was really tasty. It was a Scottish thing, and that's what.
Sounds
Red Bull
like
tastes
Nesquik and stuff like that.
Yeah, but not milk, water. So it was juice rather than a milkshake. And it was fizzy, kinda. It was nice. Cremola foam. I think they started remaking it recently.
Well, I can remember something that you were supposed to mix with the water as a kid, but none of us did. We just kind of poured it onto our tongues and it fizzed in our mouths.
Yeah,
So
Cremola
I can
foam, you could do
sample it
that
as
as
well.
well.
So what is
Very
the date, campaign date then, Dave?
You are setting out
Okay.
once again on 8 Kaminosuke. And there is... It's actually over 3 foot of snow on the ground, thanks to
Wow.
the snowfall while you were travelling yesterday. But
It's a
don't
good
worry,
job we've got some gator then, isn't it?
for
Got one on
the
road.
first or so from the castle, the roads have been cleared, and the peasants are out in force trying to clear them under the gentle guides of the Ashigaru. So, I presume you are heading towards Katakura?
Mm-hmm.
No, indeed.
Okay. As I said, you travel about a ri, or a rai, I can never remember it correctly, before the snow starts to get deeper again. It's not as deep on the road because there hasn't been any high wind, so it's not drifted, and there have been attempts to clear the road before, but it does slow you down for the next ri until you reach a ri away from the village, at which point you meet a party of peasants who are digging towards Achiro Castle.
Katakura.
Again, under the gentle guide of one of the Ashigaru from Katakura village, who is somewhat surprised to see you trudging over the frozen landscape towards him, but gestures you on towards the village. So as far as travel is concerned, that's effectively 1, 2, 3. That's effectively 4 rai you've come. So on those roads, you've used up 3 BMA. And Harumi is feeling a bit run down. So presumably you'd like to stay in the village for the night, Harumi?
That would be so nice.
How about the rest of you?
Don't mind.
Yeah,
Is
okay.
Harumi still not
Okay.
recovered from the illness fully?
Well, she has, thanks to the foreign scum who blessed her. Kinzo.
I'm sorry, Harumi is never fully fit. No? There's not much of her.
Yeah, she blew away in a strong wind.
Okay, so you'll be staying the night in Katakura. Just as well, because late afternoon there is another snow shower. Relatively brief one, but you are undercover by the time it falls.
I'm going to give the innkeeper an extra 2 silver, Dave, to provide some extra food for those poor mugs who are out shoveling snow.
Very generous of you. Love it.
He bows politely and thanks you very much. He will notify the headman and make sure they are all called in for a hot meal.
Is it 3 copper for this inn?
This one is only 3 copper, yes. It's
Yep.
not on the Saikaido.
I've only got 1 copper piece, so I'll have to get 27 change back from my silver, I guess. That's right, isn't it?
30 double on.
Yeah. And then it's 12 silver to a gold there. Okay.
Okay. And what's the weather like the following morning? It looks very similar. The clouds are breaking up slightly, but you are likely facing some more snow today. However, you do hear from the innkeeper in the morning that when the party of diggers from the south came back in, they had met with the labourers from Ema Castle. So the road to Ema Castle is not clear, but it's only got a little bit of snow on it, so it shouldn't slow you down too much.
Okay.
Right. So travelling to Ema Castle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So that's half. So that's 4.5. So it would probably be. You could probably make it all the way to Uminasai today without pushing Harumi too much, providing you don't get slowed down by the troops at the customs post over the river.
And if the road's clear from Ema Castle to Uminasai.
Correct. Well, it's the Saikaido.
The main
What
road.
do
Oh,
you
it's the
think?
main road, yeah.
Let's stop. We're not in a desperate hurry just at the moment.
Yeah, we're not at all. There's no need to push anyone.
Okay, so you're just aiming to travel to Hayo today.
Yeah.
Fair enough. The temperature is hovering around 3 degrees, so it is colder today than it was yesterday. So it is probably advisable to stop in Hayo, because those of you who don't have a lot of health are starting to feel the cold.
Okay.
So if you're stopping in Hayo, you don't have to make health saving throws today.
Yeah,
We don't
that'll
want
do.
Harumi to. We don't want Harumi to get ill again.
No.
Okay.
How
In
much-
your travels today, you do pass some more labourers. They're just clearing away the little bits of snow that fell yesterday,
Okay.
and dealing with the little bit that's falling today as well.
How much copper do you want in this in?
It's 5 copper for this in.
Okay.
The snow is not decreasing on the fields. It looks to be either stable or going up slightly at the moment.
Mhm.
But when you do reach the Saikaido, you do find it is clear. So you stay the night in Hayo, and the following morning you set out up the Saikaido towards Uminasai, correct?
Yep.
You arrive at the customs post over the river, and there is a little bit of kerfuffle from the guards, but they read the little note about you being authorized to carry this armor, and after a little bit of kerfuffle, they let you over. You probably delayed about half an hour. So 1, 2, 3. Effectively, you reach Uminasai about midday, and you think you should reach Kanjimasu before nightfall.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay. It is warmer today. The temperature does appear to be heading up towards 10 degrees, but it's unlikely it's going to make it looking at those clouds.
Hmm.
So you travel on, you cross the Kiso River, and you reach Kanjimasu by nightfall. All is well. The villagers are working to keep clear the road as much as possible. They're calling in people from Urawa to help, because there's not a lot of fishing going on at the moment. The weather is pretty adverse. Okay, so you stay the night in Kanjimasu. That is also 5 copper.
Right. I have to get some change.
But the weather appears to be improving. The skies are clearing, and there's a little bit of sun in the day.
That's the day of the 11th.
You travel to Kajimasu on the 10th.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the 11th, the skies are clear. You've got a fresh breeze from the southeast, but it's still pretty cold. It was below sub-zero last night, but it seems as though it's going to get a little bit warmer today. So you travel up the Saikaido. All is well. You reach Ohio Castle, and they appear to be talking to another merchant train and just wave you through with a cursory glance at your papers. And you travel through the hills and across the bridge, and I think you're probably a bit surprised, actually. Let's just... Can I have a wit saving throw from everybody, please?
Oh, just outside of home.
Just outside of home.
Oh, 5. I think I might make it. Let me check.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, 5 is my base saving throw. I just made it. Bang
Made
on.
it.
Oh, nice, Brian.
Made it by 1.
Nice.
Okay. Those who made it are pretty certain that there's some people hiding behind those bushes over there. Just up ahead on the left.
Is anybody gonna
Call
see
them out.
Yeah, we'll call them out. You there?
Oi, we can see you. Come on out.
Why are you hiding? Come out.
Okay, some of the children from the village stand up with their hands behind their backs, looking a bit sheepish.
Okay, approach them cautiously.
Okay. When you get in within about 10 feet, the hands come out from behind the back and the snowballs get thrown at you.
Okay, right, okay. This is cool. I will grab some snow and I will play back. I'm throwing
And then
some
they
snow
run,
back at them.
run away to the snowbank behind the bushes to grab some more.
Oh, fabulous. I'm getting right involved in a snowball fight. Let's go. Are we all gonna...
They do recognise you scions of the village, and they are enjoying this snow. There's no work to do around the village at the moment, apart from their parents having to get wood in, so the kids are having a bit of a break.
Oh, I'm definitely going to take some time out of my day. I don't know if the rest of the guys will, but I'm getting stuck in about these kids with these snowballs. Let's go. Oh.
Okay, you make your way up to the village, and Uncle is delighted to see you. Asks how it went. Did you have any problems?
It were bloody cold, that's what it was.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Nothing
did warn me. I hope the charcoal kept you warm.
It certainly helped. Thank you
It
very much.
did.
It stopped us all getting frostbite.
Yeah, it may have saved us from losing toes and fingers, actually, so we're very grateful.
Yes, we've delivered your goods without any serious problems.
Okay.
Did they give us something to return? I think they did, didn't they?
They just gave a letter to return to
Just a letter. Okay, so hand over the letter.
Okay. In that case, he reads the letter and thanks you very much for delivering them, and gives you a gold each.
Okay, thank you.
And you can all have a point of on for succeeding in a dangerous mission in adverse conditions. Your reputations go up.
Suggest you put that straight on your sheet. We won't put that in the loot. Just put it straight on your sheet.
What? The on?
Yeah, we'll say
On from actions, isn't it?
We'll dice for it later.
And what do you say, a gold, eh?
I see. Highest roll gets all the on, does it?
Speaking of loot, we should probably dish some of this out. How many of us are? 5, aren't they?
Hold on, Kosa. Can we get rid of these 3 suits of light Ashigaru
Yeah.
armor we've got, and these 5 sets of winter garb?
Sell all the extra clothes and armor first, and then split the money up.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody in the... Unless Uncle wants some of that, but anybody in the village will.
Let's check if your uncle is
always
willing
head
to
up to
take
the
it
city.
off your hands.
He is? Mm. Oh, you should look
Goodness
see if
sake.
he is.
Wants to pay over the odds for it as well.
Oh, I'm not showing the dice. 2 seconds. Oh, nice.
It just so happens, with the blizzard and everything, he does have some call for the winter garb. I suppose he's grateful for you, and he doesn't want you to be overburdened by carrying the armor, so he could take it off your hands as long as the price is reasonable. In doing you a favour, of course.
Well, make us an offer then, Uncle.
Yeah, let's see that.
The colour of your money.
And see. So, what armor was it again?
3 sets of light Ashigaru, i.e. armor class 4.
Armor class 4. Righty-ho. So, what condition is it in? Ooh, that doesn't look too good. Look at that scratch there. He says, obviously
It's just a
trying to
scratch.
find something wrong with it.
It's all right to me, Uncle. It's just a piece of
Uncle,
dirt.
there is nothing wrong with that. It's been well cared for.
He's willing to offer you 8 gold each for it.
Well, I've got another set here he can take. I'm going to
That's
take the
8
one.
gold for each set, not 8 gold for each of you.
I'm going to take.
Let's go for each set.
I'm going to take the light Ashigaru out of my inventory, and he can have that one as well.
We've got 3 sets, haven't we?
I've got a
We've
4th
3
one.
sets.
I was carrying a 4th, but I'm going to get rid of it.
Well, we've got
Okay.
3, yeah. We've got
Got
3
three.
that are in party loot.
You had 3
So
sets
that-
in the party loot,
Yep.
one of which was
8
being
gold,
carried by
Sounds
Kyūryū.
like a fair price to me, Uncle.
And I've just deleted one from my inventory as well. If you want to take that 4th one, I'm not going to use it. I was going to, but now I'm not. So that's 4 sets of light Ashigaru.
As far as the peasant winter garb, he's actually prepared to offer you full price for that because he does.
Hold
have
on,
an
just a
engine.
minute. 3 of them aren't in very good condition.
The ones that are in good condition, he's willing to offer you full price for those. So
That's 2 of them.
that is 2 at 5 copper, so that's 10, and he'll offer you the others at 3 each.
Okay.
So 5 for the good and 3 for the poor. So that is 19 copper.
I make that
It's
24 gold and 19 copper in total.
Would you like?
24 gold? Oh, you mean? Yeah, 24 gold. Yeah. Why have you written
So
down?
it's all right, Dave.
Sorry, yeah.
I know my maths. I know my 3 times table.
Have you included?
What's,
yes.
Have you included the 4th set of armor in that?
No,
No,
that's
the
your
road-
personal armor. So if he offers you money, you get that. which-
No, I'm
not
happy. I'm happy for it
No.
to just go into the group money. Because I just
Okay.
took that from loot because I was going to have it. It wasn't like a
Okay, in which case it's 4 sets.
yeah.
So that's
Was it
30.
was it from the same source?
Yeah. I just decided for a while I was going to
No.
have it and wear it, and then I've changed my mind.
There were 3 sets of light Ashigaru that you picked up as loot. One of which Kyūryū was carrying.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, Oliver, it's only 3 sets.
Oh,
so
is
we'll
it
just
3?
assume it's 20.
Is it 3
Right,
including
that's
that
easy.
one? Right. Okay.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Uncle.
What did we get total?
Let me just. So let's just sort it out first. So that's 5 of us, aren't there?
Yes.
If we all take 9 gold each to start with, I'll sort the rest out in a bit.
Okay.
So everybody gets 9 gold, so that's
Okay.
minus 45 gold. Filthy rich.
I like bandits, so generously donating their equipment.
Yeah.
It's good fun.
They were very wealthy bandits. Yeah, we did well with them ones.
Uncle's somewhat perturbed to hear that you got kind of attacked by bandits and that they were so well armed.
Yes, it was unusual, Uncle. They were very well armed for bandits. They had good quality weapons and armour. Not just weapons and armour, but good quality.
Yeah. Well, Uncle, I'm not entirely sure they were bandits in the normal sense of the word.
Yeah.
No.
I'll have to have words with his nephew about this. Ah, right. In that case, he thanks you again for a wonderful job for him, and he will stand you all to a night in the inn and some sake on him.
Oh, nice one.
Can I have one wit saving throw for the party, please?
We'll let Harumi do that then.
Hey.
Well, she has the best wit saving throw of all of us. After all, she's a Shigenja.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You all have this 9 gold each kind of running through your mind, and you're obviously distracted.
9 gold, eh? Not bad.
It's not the first time a 20's been rolled.
Oh.
No.
Okay, so you spend the night in Hanamishisu. The talk in the inn is all about the snowfall and what's caused these blizzards, and the forecast for the future. It looks as though it's going to be this cold for some considerable time, according to the wise men of the village.
I've added
So-
Yanagis gold on, Dave.
Jolly good. I'm sure he will be very grateful.
So I'm suggesting we keep the rest of the money in the pot. If you want to look at, you can see what there is.
Just to have some
Summarised
party
it all.
money, yeah.
Keep it-
I'm happy with that.
That should certainly pay for any out-of-pocket expenses.
Yeah.
So you're just clearing up the
Well,
watch list.
how
or
much do we
something?
have in party loot?
Have I just deleted it? Have a look. It's up to date.
6 gold, 7 silver, 21 copper.
Have we still got the wakizashi?
You still have one average wakizashi, which is in the store up at One Shoe's place.
We were keeping it because the Bushi who was with us might want it, but he's no longer with us. But
Fair enough, we might as well keep it just in case we get another Bushi.
yeah. If we're short of money, we'll sell it, but we're not at the moment.
I'm not sure at all,
You're short of money.
I've got 20 gold.
Brian,
Yes.
do you want to add your money to your sheet? Because as far as I can see, you haven't.
No, you
Oh.
can't have done. To put a zero
Okay.
after it,
Your gold goes up by 10, which is quite a lot
Yeah.
of money.
I mean, if you
Put a
don't,
zero after it.
if you don't want your share, Brian, we can always just we'll have it.
No, that's okay.
I have a feeling that Harumi's going to snap your hand off when you give her this amount of money. Because it will allow her to buy more scrolls.
How expensive are scrolls? Like gold?
I tend to charge 1 koku per point. As a games master, that is.
Yeah.
Is that per point of learning of the spell or per point of library value?
That's per point in the spell you're trying to learn.
Well, Harumi still has a spell she's trying to learn.
Thank God.
Yeah, not had much chance to do that, you know.
No,
Close to freezing to death
No.
on a couple of occasions.
Too busy.
Doesn't do well for your concentration, does it?
Too
Oh,
busy
No,
look, me,
trying to
you've
stay
got fallen
alive.
off.
Okay, so let's see. News in the village. The Winter Solstice Festival is in 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 days time at the temple up the road, and the villagers are currently getting together decorations, etc. for that. And it is understood that the lord of the district is going to be sponsoring fireworks there as well. But I'm presuming you're not wishing to stay in the village for the next 11 days.
No.
Uh,
Don't
no.
think so.
There are 5 of us in the group, aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
There are.
At the moment, yes.
4 of us and Yanagi.
Yeah, well, in that case, Plute's going to go a long way to paying our inns
Mm-hmm.
for quite some time.
Yes.
Yeah. We could just pay our ins out of that for a while, eh?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
indeed.
Okay, so you spend the night in the inn on the 7th, on the 11th, on the 12th. What do you wish to do? Are you going to stay in the village, travel back up to Nobioka, or go somewhere
I
else?
suggest we travel up to Nobioka.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Has Uncle got anything he wants us to take to Nobioka? For a fee, of course.
Oh, he knows by now it's a
Well,
fee.
he believes he may already have overburdened you with the koku he gave you. He wouldn't
I'm
want
sure
you
I
to
can make-
strain your muscles.
No, I've plenty of muscle for more
No.
gold.
He doesn't actually have anything to go up to Nobioka at the moment, apart, of course, from the letter to his nephew.
Yeah, absolutely delivered.
Thank you.
How's the weather?
So, are you going to travel to Nobioka? The skies are clear, the day is bright, and the road just has a sprinkling of snow and ice on it. But it's generally a good day for travel.
Yeah, I mean, we're on the Saikaido. Do we do Nobioka in a day with Harumi?
Well, if you push her, yes.
Ah,
She'd probably reach the Shrine of War without possibly even Imemashi without a problem, but getting to Nobioka
I'm happy to stop at
is...
Imamashi. There's no need to. There's no reason we need to push her. I don't think.
No, we want to push it. Let's get to Nobioka. Might as well. You can rest when you get to Nobioka.
I was trying to be nice to the poor girl, but go ahead.
Okay, so you travel up to Nobioka, and today is a bit colder. So when you get there, I'm afraid
I
that
need a brisk walk.
the cold has seeped into your bones potentially. So could I have a health saving throw from everybody, please? Because you're out in the evening and it's
No.
particularly cold. Anybody
I
fail
made
by
it.
more than 10?
No, I failed by
More than
3
10.
only.
No,
Well,
I just
10 or
made it.
more. Let's put it that way.
I failed by 9, so I'm scraping
Oh.
close.
Failed by 3.
I failed by 2. Yanagi rolls a 1, so he goes hard.
Shrugs it off.
And Harumi actually makes it.
Nice.
Good Lord.
Made it!
Obviously, all this extra gold she's carrying has toughened her up.
the exercise of carrying it
There we
together
go.
an
The
extra
gold. Yeah,
layer, so-
that's it.
Okay, you reach Nobioka. Harumi might be feeling, all toasty, but that's because she's fatigued due to the extra distance she's had to travel. So while you're not suffering from frostbite, you will have to spend some time just getting over the forced march that they pushed you through for the last few rays.
Just have a day off tomorrow. It's only me. Just have a sleep in.
Okay. I presume you are going to the docks as always.
Yeah, see what one shoe's up to.
Yeah. See what the old one shoe says. What his patter is.
One shoe is in residence. He doesn't appear as though he's shifted out of his hut all day because it's nice and warm and toasty in there. At least until you let the cold air in when you go in. But he's pleased to see you again. And reads the letter you have for him from Uncle. And can I have a wit saving throw for the party, please?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody.
Probably for Harumi. She rolled a 3 on the last d20 she rolled, so
Oi,
And I made that.
Very nice.
he goes slightly white when he reads the letter.
Oh.
Those who made their wit saving throw.
Something.
Yes, I hear from Uncle you've you delivered a package for him, he says. But, well, a long journey in these winter conditions. Well done
Yeah,
fighting off the bandits.
It was a bit grueling.
Yeah,
Well,
the cold was
it's-
harsher on us than the actual bandits.
Yes, well, I didn't expect you to be travelling that distance in these conditions, but Uncle obviously has great faith in you.
As he should.
Yes. Okay. He will bring you up to date on the city gossip, which is, let's see. There isn't much really going on at the moment with the amount of snow on the ground. The construction on the expansion to the town is currently on hold, obviously. Nobody's going to be able to work in 3 feet of snow. So, given that the wise men seem to think this is here for some time, there is apparently the daimyo has declared a festival on the 22nd on Dongji, and he is apparently sponsoring competitions at the local temples and schools. If anybody is interested in competing.
I mean, like, is it martial arts competitions?
Let's see. So, there are. He's sponsoring the Temple of the Dragon at Peace and the Harvest Blessing Shrine. He is sponsoring, if you like, fine arts competitions, rhetoric, etc.
Poetry, calligraphy, all that kind of stuff.
Yep. At the martial school, he is sponsoring various bugai, and the martial arts school, the moving wave school, he is actually sponsoring budoka exhibitions and competition. So basically, he is sponsoring at the Temple of the Reckoning Peace, the Harvest Blessing Shrine, the Rice Harvest School, and the Moving Wave School.
What do we think? Should we go and try and impress the daimyo in the tournament? I'm up for entering.
He is Wonshu doesn't think he's likely to be actually attending any of them, but he's as a gesture of generosity and patronage of the arts and the Bugai. He will have representatives there to make sure everything goes okay, but he thinks it's more a political attempt to try and settle things down after the recent upheavals.
Does anybody else fancy it?
I'm not going to be entering.
No?
No.
Okay.
I have a feeling that Yanagi will.
So
Fair enough.
I'll enter in the Budoka one then, and if Yanagi can enter in the...
When are these taking place,
Budo.
Dave?
10 days' time on
10
the
days' time.
22nd.
Bushi, sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a week from now.
Now, there isn't a lot going on the docks at the moment. Wonshu will tell you there is a little bit of work, but there's not a great amount of sea traffic in this sort of weather. It's just too dangerous with ice on the decks and the ropes, etc.
I don't think we need to work. I think we can just take it easy. I don't think dock work is a necessity anymore. We're quite wealthy now. I think we can afford to just take weeks where we don't work. It's not a problem.
So, would I start charging you rent? He says,
There's no need for that.
with a twinkle in his
Yeah,
eye.
yeah. Don't push your luck.
Well, you could, as far as I'm concerned.
No, he's quite happy for you to stay here.
Right, well, I'm actually going to go to the inn, is it? The Lucky Coin?
Oh, the Lucky Coin Inn? Yes.
Where I'm going to purchase a barrel of sake.
Hey.
Fair enough. Standard price. It is
Which is?
good stuff.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. Barrel of sake. So a keg of sake will set you back 1 koku. And that is 20 cups.
Oh. I'm gonna get one this way, I think. I'll just flip you a coin. Will you grab one for me?
1 second. It's highly likely they've got one, but it's not certain. Good Lord. They've obviously had a recent delivery. There is sake overflowing.
In abundance.
Nice.
Nice.
1 second. 1 second. They actually only charge you 11 silver for it. They have a surplus. So you get 1 silver change on your 1 koku.
Yep, for grabbing me one as well, Kosa. I'll just...
No,
Yeah, you want as well at the same price, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just keep the change, man. It's all good. I'll just give him my gold.
This money's going to everybody's heads.
Yeah, isn't it?
I'm not buying one.
Yeah, I'm not.
Right. The day after I bought it, okay, I'm going to travel to Shinshinotsu. I'll tell people I'm going.
Fair enough.
I'm going to, once I've had a day to recover from our exploit, I think I'm going to scoot off to the house on the rock. Do a bit of service there.
Right. Unfortunately, the road to Shinshinotsu has not been built yet. So you're going to have to make your way through the 3 foot of snow.
Fair enough. I should get there in a day if I take it hard. Don't take it if I take it seriously, that's what I'm looking.
Okay, so it's bum, 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 bum.
I'm taking my keg with me.
Are you going alone?
No, I tell you I'm going. Those who wish to come can. I'm not saying don't come.
No, I mean,
It's just that Kosa's off to the house on the rock, and I thought you might go with him.
well, if he's going for a week, yeah, I think I will. Like,
Not going for a
Okay.
week. I'm planning on spending the rest of the winter there till the weather warms up.
yeah, I mean, the House of the Rocks, it's good for training, isn't it? That's where they teach a lot of things that are good
Well,
for us.
Not planning on training that much, but
Okay.
I mean,
So, correct me if I'm wrong. So on 13 Kaminosuke, you're going to be traveling to Shinshinotsu. Kosa?
No,
Kinzo?
I'll take the 13th off and I'll go on the 14th.
Okay.
Just to keep it all in neat and tidy.
yeah,
That's
same for
fine.
me. Rest
And
on
as I
the
go, I wish Harumi the best in learning whatever spell she's attempting to educate herself.
well, I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to accompany Kosa, and then come back and head up to the House of the Rock. Because I'm not in a hurry to be there.
Okey-doke.
Don't want Kosa going alone
You mean
in case he runs
accompanying
into...
Kinzo?
Yeah,
I
sorry.
mean, accompany
Yeah,
Kinzo.
accompanying Kinzo, sorry. Accompanying Kinzo, and then going back to meet Yanagi at the House on the Rock. Sorry, to meet Kosa. To meet Kosa at the House of the Rock.
Fair enough.
Why not? I mean, I don't want... You're going to have to be travelling through 3 feet of snow in the woods. There's no road. You might run into danger. I don't want you to be alone.
That's very kind of you. I don't want to be alone either, but I don't know.
No, I'll go with you, man.
Okay.
And then I'll
Okie
just-
doke.
then go later,
Harumi,
meet-
where are you going? Are you going to be staying in Nobioka, or are you going to travel somewhere else?
Trying to think where would be my best place to learn more.
Well, the Castle of the Flames, or Flame, would be the best place, but it's a matter of whether you want to go there on your own.
Where is that again? Remind me. Ping on the map.
North,
Up in North Hyuga, have to cross the river and
Oh, okay.
turn left and go
Yep.
up some hills. It's kind of like where the house on the rock is. It's,
Yeah.
it's in the foothills. So further up.
Yeah.
so let me just check something.
Again, I could
mm,
accompany
I'm just
you
going to be
there.
away from the keyboard for a short while.
If Harumi was willing to wait for me to accompany Kosa and then return, I could then accompany Harumi to her destination, and then and then go to the House on the Rock to meet Kinzo. I'm easy. I don't mind accompanying people on their separate quest. Again, Harumi, I wouldn't like her to be travelling alone. How long does Kosa plan on staying at Shinshinotsu though? He's just stepped away, wouldn't he?
Well, middle of winter now, so I'd like to wait till the end of winter. Had enough of this travelling around in the winter.
Aye.
I'm going to overwinter the rest of the winter there.
Okay, learning scrolls. Sorry, learning a spell The requirements for learning a spell, you've got to have a score in the School of Magic that's greater than or equal to the knowledge required, which you have. You've got to have a teaching scroll in which you are fully fluent, which you are. Okay. And the task value for learning a new spell is equal to the knowledge required. The task turn is 10 days, so basically you get one roll every 10 days, a week.
Okay.
Okay? Task points are derived from the effect number of a BCS roll in the School of Magic governing the spell. And then to that, you add your level, your learning rate, and the use of a reference library if you have one available. Okay? So, you don't have a reference library. What's your score in that particular school?
Particular school. The effective, I take it, or the permanent.
No, the raw.
The raw. Oh, the raw BCS?
Your raw BCS.
9.
Okay. So, if your raw BCS is 9, then effectively you've got to make a D20 roll to get an effect number, which on average is going to be -1. Okay? To that, you then add your level and your learning rate. Okay? So effectively, your level will cancel out the -1, and your learning rate is 2.
Yes.
Okay. So in theory, you would get better on average at 2 points per week spent learning that spell. If you were in a place that had a reference library, then you could add points for that. If you have a teacher who actually knows that spell, then you add half their level as well.
If I went to the Temple of Great Waters, that helped way.
The Temple of Great Waters, no, because that is a Buddhist temple, not a Shugenja area. Now, so the Castle of the Flame, obviously there you will find someone who actually knows that spell. And they also have a reference library.
Okay, so I guess that's where I'm going.
But if you go to one of the schools in the city, in the town, they may well have a reference library that you can use to assist. Okay. Let me just double check what that is.
You mean in Nobuoka they might have a reference library?
Yes.
Yeah, there's at least one fine art school in Nobuoka, which may have Shugenja texts.
So she may not need to travel to get a good place to learn. That's good.
Yeah.
So a library can hold up to 99 points, and the library's value divided by 20 is then its value in adding to your task points. So if there's a library which is an 80-point library, that would add +4 to your task points per week. Okay? So you would need to check and see whether any of the schools in town have a library that would be of benefit to you. Okay? And the schools in the town, you have, hang on a second. There is a gentleman's academy and a fine arts school. well, there's actually 2 fine arts school. You've got the Art of Go and the Dawn of Time school. But the Dawn of Time school is quite small. So the Gentleman's Academy may have a library because they teach all sorts of things. The Fine Arts School almost certainly will have a library.
And I guess I'll
Okay.
check Fine Art School.
Okie doke. 1 second. So. And so it's the Art of Go, which is the Fine Arts School. Boom. Just clear that filter. And so, which school is it that you are interested in? I think it's the School of Water.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is. Would you do me the honor of rolling percentile dice for me, please?
Okay.
84. Right. When you make inquiries at the Art of Go school, they do indeed have a reference library, which you think would be helpful. And it is medium sort of level. It's nowhere near as good as the one they had up at the Temple of the Flame, but it's reasonable. You think it would probably add a couple of task points per week if you studied there.
Well, it saves the travel time.
The other thing that you find out when you're there is that while they don't actually know the spells, they are able to teach the School of Water as a purely theoretical concept.
Okay.
So the other option that you've got is to take training in the School of Water to raise your BCS, because effectively every 5 points you raise your BCS in School of Water, that adds a task point per week when you're trying to learn that spell. Understood?
Yeah.
So they may not actually teach classes as a kind of standard option, but you can certainly try and persuade somebody to teach you that particular subject, if you wish.
I guess I will try.
And it's certainly a better option than trying to travel alone in the winter to the Castle of the Flame.
Yes, that is a bit of a distance.
Yes. Okay, so you're going to stay in town and decide what you're going to do with the Art of Go school, and everybody else is going to be leaving. Okay, so everybody has a day of rest on the 13th.
Yep.
And then on the 14th, I believe you are scattering to the winds. Yes.
I'm gonna go with.
Indeed.
Yeah, we'll go with Kosa first, and then go and meet Kinzo.
Yep.
You mean Kinzo first?
Aye, sorry. It's
Yes.
Kinzo that's going to Shinshinotsu. I'm going with Kinzo first, and then going to.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
You know, so let's take this in order.
Always confuse
So
you
let's
two
deal
character
with the
names.
Who
Always.
first? Okay, so you head out. You're gonna love this. As you are as you are heading out of the village of Imamashi towards Shinshinotsu, the ground trembles.
Oh.
Okay. There's been a minor tremor.
A minor tremor.
Okay. But it is only minor. There are no aftershocks, etc. And you make your way through the woods. The snow is more than 3 foot deep, and there isn't a road. So, and it's not until you get close to Shinshinotsu that there is any sign of anybody clearing the ground. The village itself, most of it is still covered in snow. The workmen have got the roofs on the village, and they are working inside the buildings to make them habitable. The original buildings that were there are being used for accommodation, and the headman, sorry, the overseer of the work greets you when you arrive and is surprised and asks why you are here.
I'm here to visit the well.
Oh, certainly. He will escort you there himself. The well.
Thank you.
Hang on. The well has the area around it has been cleared, and a torii gate has been put up, and it is in a small enclosure.
Excellent. Is there an incumbent priest? I'll ask the overseer.
There is a priest who visits from Nobioka, but given the weather, we don't expect him to be coming this week.
Well, no, I didn't expect him to, but
Once
I
the
need
village is established, then yes, it is intended that there will be a priest here permanently.
yeah. Well, in that case, I'm here to fulfil a vow I made to the army of the well, and I'm a bit late.
Given the amount of snow on the ground, I'm sure she will be understanding.
I hope so. Anyway, I brought her a gift which she may or may not find amusing.
Okay, in that case, he will bow politely and step outside the torii gate to allow you to make your devotions.
Okay, I shall go in, kneel down, put the keg of sake in front of me, and then pray to the kami.
Okay. Roll a d20.
I knew you were going to say.
Okay.
Lots of average rolls today.
Well, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Righty-ho. And the air grows a little bit warmer around you, and you have the feeling that you are being heard.
Okay, in that case, my prayer is that one of sorrow for not getting here when I said I would, because I'm somewhat late, but also to hope that she is doing well, as is the village. And I offer the keg of sake as a gift in atonement for being late.
The feeling of warmth is just trying to think. Sorry, I am not an expert in the making of sake, but I believe that when sake is fermenting, there is a particular smell, associated with breweries, etc. That is quite obvious.
Oh, yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, if you brew your own beer and that, you can smell it.
Yeah. Yes. So that the air acquires that sort of sense that it's as if you're in the presence of brewing sake, and no, she isn't able to manifest herself more than that at present, but you receive the impression that your gift is welcome, but that you are to share it with the other villagers. Effectively, she's taking the gift as a gift, but she's giving it back to you to share with those who are working to re-establish the village.
Yeah, well, Kinzo is not overly surprised at that. He'll thank her mentally and then wait to see if you've got anything else to say.
And let's see. Does she want that as well? At present, no. You get a feeling of waiting, but not you waiting, that she is waiting for something.
Okay, well, if she doesn't give me any hint as to what it is, I shall bow politely, stand up and leave the enclosure.
Okay. Taking your barrel of sake.
Oh yeah, pick it up as well. Is Kyūryū with me, watching me?
I was
Yes,
watching you. I've left you
Kyūryū-
outside of the enclosure, though. I gave you your piece to go and do your thing. I didn't follow you right in.
No. In that case, you might well have noticed that it seemed to get a bit warmer, and there was a smell of brewing.
Yeah, I mean, I was still close by, but I gave you your space, so I would have maybe smelled it.
Well, that was interesting. I say, I've been asked to share this keg with the villagers, so let's go and do it.
Well, if that's
You
what
can
the
have a cup as well because you've come with me.
If that's what the Kami of the Well said, then that's what we shall do.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you remember, but Shinshinotsu used to be a centre of sake brewing.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that the Kami is actually a brewer as well as a Kami, if you can see, if that makes sense.
Yep, it does make sense. Now, good job I brought an extra barrel of sake and I've not drank it yet. We can double help these people.
Oh yeah, yes, we can get everybody quite well blitzed. Go on.
Yeah.
Anyway, go and visit the overseer.
I will do.
Okay. Yeah, he's pleased to see you again and asks if your prayers were accepted.
They certainly were. The Kami wishes me to say that this keg is to be shared amongst the villagers who've been doing the work in improving the village. And my friend here has offered to donate his keg as well, so there's plenty to go round.
He's exceedingly grateful, and he suggests that the best time would be the evening meal tonight, and if you would attend, he will.
Certainly will, yes.
Pass on the message from the Kami.
Yeah. Is there room for an overnight stay for two?
Yes, certainly.
Well, thank you.
In that case, we'll stay overnight and leave in the morning, sir.
There is space in the Ashigaru quarters. The Lord is not in residence at present. He's returned to Nobioka during this weather. But,
Okay, the overseer notice that when he says that, I chuckle slightly.
Okay. So you at the evening's session, the overseer will ask you to announce what has happened.
Okay, I shall mention that I visited the Kami and she has blessed me, and she has asked me to share this keg of sake, and my friend here has offered his. So we have 2 barrels of sake to share between us all, which hopefully will be at least 1 cup each.
Okay. Okay, so you open the 2 barrels, and I won't require a wit saving throw because it is blindingly obvious that your sake, Kinzo, smells different from Kyūryū's sake.
Oh, it's blessed.
Oh, I see. She is blessed it. Oh, well, I shall mention this to the combined audience, Kyūryū. And if I'd known she was going to do that, Kyūryū, I'd have taken your keg and had them both blessed. But I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, it's okay. I was only buying it for a party, and now we have a party we get to share it with. The blessing from the Kami is something I wasn't expecting. That was your business. I'm just here to participate, so...
Yeah,
fine.
I understand that, but I mean, it's still a bit of a shock.
Yeah, but I've got average sake, you've just got really great sake. Everyone could probably get a little bit of each, yeah?
Oh, yes, yeah, we'll share it out so that everybody gets at least half a cup of the really good stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll all have a very good time.
Yeah. Everybody, all the workers do manage to get a cup of sake out of your barrel, which, considering there's more than 20 of them...
I'll pretend I didn't notice that.
And you get a cup as well. It is exceedingly good sake. And you can both make a note that you have a blessing in it's basically a hatha yoga blessing. Of value 19. And unlike most hatha yoga blessings, it basically it will last until used rather than disappearing at dawn or dusk.
So, does that mean...
Out of character, what does that mean?
Yeah, that's when I was
Effectively, hatha yoga increase 1 physical attribute by knowledge over 5. So basically, it's she's a master of hatha yoga, and therefore you can increase 1 of your physical attributes by 19 for
Oh, so we're like loaded with a spell, basically.
That was 5d3 rounds.
So this is like a spell we can trigger at any time. We can trigger this blessing at any time.
Yes, it's 1 use. But effectively, it's increase a physical attribute by 19 for 5d3 rounds.
I'll look at my friend and go, what? I shall then go to bed very, very happy.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yes, it is very good sake.
Hey, I love a good drink. I'll go to bed very content as well. Kinzo's...
Does this blessing appear to affect the workmen as well?
They appear to be energized by the sake, certainly. It may affect them differently in that they are workers rather than
warriors,
martial characters. So effectively, it will give them a boost in their in their work skills and speed up construction for a short period.
Well, that's a very good result, and I'm happy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a note of that somewhere on my
Right.
character sheet. Actually, I've got it.
Can I have a wit saving throw for the two of you? If you put a note at the bottom under notes or something like that.
18 doesn't make a wit saving throw.
18 is not a wit saving throw. Kinzo, how close were you?
Fail by 2.
Okay, well that's still within the range because this isn't exactly secret, but what you get out of the evening's conversation is at present they are building the first of the breweries. So they're working inside one of the buildings and they're doing the internals, and they reckon that in a couple of weeks they should have it to the point where they can start putting in the brewing equipment.
Excellent. Does my blessed keg actually empty?
When everybody's had a drink, yes.
In that case, I shall mention this blessing to the overseer and leave the keg with him so that they can put the first sake they brew in it.
Oh, he is exceedingly grateful, and he will set it to one side in his dwelling to keep it safe.
And although this one was never blessed, he can have mine too because I've got no need for an empty keg. So there you go. There's your second one.
Okay, well he'll
Also
get.
means we don't have to carry them back.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not interested in carrying an empty keg back, and you're gonna have use for an empty keg soon. So
he will get the Shinto priest to have a look at it when he comes out, just to see if there are any permanent benefits from the blessing. But he thanks you very much for your help for the village. And certainly all the workmen seem to be in much better spirits than they were this morning. Okay. So, are you travelling
Hold
back
on,
to...
just before you spit, I should mention to the overseer that's what sake does for you.
in moderation, of course, in moderation, he says.
Of course.
Of course, once the brewery, the first brewery, is functional, then we can try out various recipes on the workmen. Raises an eyebrow. Okay, so you sleep that night in the village. Are you travelling back to Nobioka the following day?
Yes.
Okie doke.
And Oliver, your character will realise I'm in a much better mood than I've been for quite some time.
because you finally got to fulfill your promise to the Kami of the Well.
That's indeed correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I shall apologise to him if I've managed to offend in any way while I've been a bit under the weather, as it were.
No, I've never taken any offence to anything you've said to me, my friend. I understand, and
Excellent.
I appreciate your explanation and your apology. And no, we're good. I'm glad to see you in brighter spirits again. It's the Kosa I like to see.
Anyway, let us get back to Nobioka so we can stop freezing our toes off.
Yes, let's.
Okie doke. Let's see if all goes well. You set out from the village. It was even colder last night, and looks like it's going to be freezing cold today. But regardless, you set out from the village, and as you are approaching Nobioka, there is another earth tremor. And there is some sort of confusion at the gate. When you get to the gate, you find that the tremor has apparently damaged the hinges on the gate to the town, and the gate is hanging off at an angle. And so the guards shove everybody over to one side of the road and let them into the town and out of the town on a one-way basis while they try and get somebody out to have a look at the gate and try and fix it and stop it falling down and hurting people. But there doesn't appear to be a great deal of damage. The tremor yesterday and the tremor today, there's been slight damage to the buildings in the town, but there was no fire and nothing major.
Good.
But everybody's wondering who's upset the Kami. Okay, you make it back to the docks, and that's it for your day.
Yeah, collapse in a heap.
Yes, it was very cold today.
In that
Okay.
case, I shall knock some food off because it's
Okay, no food needed for last night. Just need a 1 copper's worth. Sorry, 2 coppers. Sorry, 1 copper's worth for tonight.
Okay.
So yesterday, then, Kosa, I believe, was heading south. Correct? Is that right, Nick?
Oh, yes, that's correct. I somehow muted myself. Yes, that's correct.
see. Unfortunately, when you mute yourself, you don't show up as muted on
Yeah, I
our
didn't-
right one on my screen.
I didn't press it deliberately. I must have caught it somewhere.
Okay. Did you actually mute it or just put it on push to talk?
No, I muted it. I don't bother with push to talk. If I'm going, no, I'm not going to be speaking for a long time. I just mute it.
That's fine. Okay, so the route would normally be to Connor, across the river, and then up the west side of the river. Because
Round that hill.
Round the hill, yes. You presumably don't want to go up the east side of the river.
No, stick to what I know.
Well, you know the east side of the river as well. You have travelled.
Yeah, I know it's
there
bad.
once.
Bad things happen there.
Yes.
I was terribly ill last time I went there. I want to go there again.
Well, you weren't as well as the poor guy, ill as the poor guy who was living there.
Thought we didn't talk
Right.
about that. Thought we made a deal we don't talk about that guy anymore.
4, 5, 6, 7 and a half. So effectively, it will cost you 4 re to move to there, and then you're going to be travelling cross country. So that would be, given there isn't a track, it's going to cost you twice as much as normal with the depth of snow. So that'd be 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Effectively, it's 14 re's worth, which I think is 2 days travel for you. Correct?
Yeah, might be a Mage 7. Yeah.
So it'd be 2 days travel, but you will be sleeping out overnight.
Yeah, well, I've had worse.
Really? And
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you going to buy some extra gear to camp out?
Yes,
Because
I'll
you
take-
left the winter stuff down at Uncle's. I mean, the other option is to go down to Hanamishisu and borrow some gear off Uncle again. Otherwise, you have to buy it.
I'll buy some
Okay.
charcoal
if-
and take with me and extra blankets and things.
Okay. Let's see. So I think for 5 silver you can get winter gear, charcoal, brazier, small brazier, blankets, tent, enough to keep the stuff off your back. It'll
sounds
probably
good.
weigh about 10 pounds in total.
At £10. Okay, that'll do fine.
Okie doke. So, does anything happen? Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum.
Don't get attacked when you're on your own.
Well, it could be a snow leopard. Anyway, you get held up for an hour on the road. Why are you travelling on the road in this season and this weather, etc.? And what do you do to piss the kami off?
I think as far as I know.
Well, what caused that tremor this morning then?
I don't know.
Okay. So you do, in actual fact, make it to there by nightfall. Let's just position you.
Mhm.
So it is going to be a cold night, extremely cold.
Okay.
So can I have a health saving throw at +5 on the number you need?
So, rolled a 4.
Oh,
That's
no
good.
trouble.
We'll make it no
You're
problem.
hardened and not a problem. Traveling through the woods and into the rough terrain. What was it? No. No, they're not going out in this weather either. So you do make it safely to the house on the rock. Yeah, you did counter, but no, they aren't going out in this weather either.
Was that 3 days to get there?
No, 2 days.
2 days.
It's
Okay.
one day to get there, and 1 day to get to the house on the rock. But
Okay.
it's a full seven. Effectively, you're travelling through this
Yeah.
snow.
14th and
Just
15th.
before you reach the house on the rock, you feel another earth tremor.
Somebody's poking the kami in a bad way.
Yes, yesterday and today, not good.
No. Take it the school hasn't suffered any damage, I take it, when I get there.
Has the school suffered damage? They're somewhat further away from the epicenter, so no, the school is well built and has not suffered damage. They greet you and inquire your business at the school.
Interested in possibly some training if you have any instructors available.
Well, the current classes are underway, but the next classes will start in about 4 days.
Okay, I'll have a look at the curriculum, whatever schedule.
Now, also, Dave, if this is the next day, the 16th, I'm halfway down the road following him now, because I was going to follow
you're
him
not.
once I got back to Nobuoka.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Basically, you travel to Shinshinotsu
On
the same day
14th.
he travelled to Kona and North.
Yep.
And then you return to Nobuoka the same day he
he's
reached
got
the
to
house
there.
on the rock.
Yeah, you're right, sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
he's 2 days ahead of me, not one.
Right. And so you're interested in what they're teaching next week, which is the 3rd week Kaminosuke. Let me check. House on the rock. There we go. Third week Kaminosuke. There are classes in Kamajutsu and Kurumi Jutsu. But you can always persuade a teacher to teach
What
you
about
something
the
else.
about the weeks following?
Well, the following week there is a class in Atemiwaza and Tomfate. The week after that, they're planning on Shuriken Jutsu. They normally only plan about 3 weeks ahead.
Okay. I'll interested in the Harumi Jutsu class.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
After that, I would like to join the Atemi Waza class and then try and persuade the instructor to continue with the Atemi Waza if possible, or another instructor if they have one, if he's not available.
Well, let's check and see who that instructor is for Atemiwaza, because that's Onaka. And Onaka's skill in Atemiwaza. He only has a skill of 80 in it, so he may not be able to teach you anything.
No, it's no use to me.
Yeah.
Any of the masters free? Or could be made free?
Hang on a second. So that's... right. The first week, one of the masters is teaching a class in... I think that might be Harumi Jutsu. Sunako. Yes, Sunako is teaching a class in Harumi Jutsu. Sorry, no, Sunako is teaching Karma Jutsu. Yoyako is teaching Harumi Jutsu. The following week, both the people who are teaching classes the following week are not particularly skilled in Atemiwaza. One is 80, one is 85.
Okay. What else is on
but
the week?
And all the others are busy.
Okay.
The following week, the person who's teaching the class in Shuriken Jutsu is also a master of Atemiwaza.
Okay,
So you could persuade him to teach you.
He's the one I
Or
want
you could,
to
yeah.
target.
Fair enough.
Yes, I want to try and target him.
Right. Well, unfortunately, he's busy the first couple of weeks. Righty-ho.
Plus, there are things. The first couple of weeks, yeah. Well, the first week is okay. That's fine. The second
first week there are classes in Karma Jutsu and Harumi Jutsu. The second week there are classes in Tonfate and Atemiwaza.
But
they're no real use to you.
The first week, I'm interested in the Harumi Jutsu.
Okay. I mean, the other option is you could take 3 weeks of characteristic training.
Yeah, that is an option. Second week, I'll do the Harumi Jutsu. The second week, I will offer to instruct if they want.
Remind me what Harumi Jutsu is, because I have it. I don't remember what it is.
Heroic leaping Harumi Jutsu.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Leaping up into trees or across ravines.
What's the other one, Karma Jutsu, that he's doing?
Karma is the use of the Karma, which is the agricultural sickle as a weapon.
Oh, the sickle. Got you.
Yeah.
And Tonfo is the little, like, baton blocking weapon.
Baton.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
L-shaped baton, yes.
I quite like that.
Okay, so you've reached the house on the rock. Brian, what were you planning on doing? You visited the Art of Go, and you discovered that they did have a library that would give you a couple of points on your learning rate, but they also have people who could teach you the theory of School of Water. So do you want to try and get permission to use their library while you read your scroll to begin with, or do you want to try and get some training in your School of Water to begin with? Or do you want more time to think about it while we sort out Kyūryū getting to the house on the rock?
Yeah, give me a few more minutes.
Okie doke. In that case, Kosa and Kyūryū are back in Nobioka. What do you wish to do? Kyūryū wishes to head south to the house on the rock. Kosa, what do you wish to do? Kinzo, what do you wish to do, rather?
There, Tim?
Yeah, I'm just thinking. That's
Alright, cool.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the shrine of the Harvest Blessings. I'll see if I can get some Shinten training.
I believe the answer is almost certainly yes. Let me just double check. Harvest Blessings Shrine. Okie doke. Actually, no. If I right click on there and go to info on Nobioka, I can then say so this is week 66.
Yeah.
Week 3 Kaminosuke. Well, this will be week 3 when you start in a few days. Yes, and they are teaching Shinten this week, that week.
Hang on, Dave, because a week is 10 days in this, right? So how many years through are we if we're 66 weeks? We must be coming on for 2 years, eh?
You're coming up to the end of the second year, yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Time does pass quickly when you're trading and traveling.
Yeah.
In that case, I'll take that week. So that'll be the last week of the month, won't it?
That's the last week of Kaminosuke, yes.
But up until that time, I'll just doss about at One Shoes, not doing anything.
Okay. Fair enough. So you rest up until the 20th, and then you are at the Harvest Blessings Shrine, learning Shinten. Okie doke. Let me just delete that. Why have I put 3 S's in blessings? Because I'm an idiot. And that runs through to then. So, you're trading in Harvest Blessings. So Furansu Hiruma is doing the training, and he's that guy. So he's higher level than you. He's not a master. And there is a usable Torimono. So that will give you a bonus of 3 to your learning rate for that week.
Anything you remember?
Okay. And you gain an additional point of influence at the Harvest Blessing Shrine.
Yeah, I'm into double figures now.
That's double figures in earned status, and then you have the personal status added as well.
That's right, yeah.
Jolly good. So let's take Kyūryū all the way to the house on the rock, shall we?
Well, hopefully he gets.
Hopefully, traveling alone.
Okay. What's your movement rate? Your
I
BMA?
believe mine is 8.
Okay, it's still going to take you 2 days to get there. Slightly less than 2 days, but still going to take you 2 days. So you're going to have one night camping out in the open.
Yeah, I mean, I might even see Kosa's camping spot. I might see where he camped, if it was close enough to the road, and reuse the site. Might see,
Possible,
the remains of a
yes.
fire or whatever, and just use the same site, because he's already picked out a nice site. I would just use, if I see it, I would just use the same one.
Okay. But are you just going to head on out as you are?
Well, I have winter garb. I would need to get a tent and a blanket, I suppose, and I'll get the same kit that goes got the brazier,
Good.
the
I
charcoal.
was just checking. So spend 5 silver, and you've got yourself a winter kit that will weigh £10.
Okay, so I'll need
That's
to get.
tent, blankets, charcoal, a small metal brazier, blah 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 blah.
I'll need to get 7 change for my gold then, and it's £10 weight.
Yep.
So I'll just put it in miscellaneous as camping gear.
Yep.
And
Winter
it's-
camping gear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, winter camping gear. And £10, did you say?
Yep.
Okay. So this is number, that's 1. Where does weight go? In this one
Put it in
here.
the weight column.
Yep, that's this one here. So 10, and that's in baggage, which is this one here. Okay, that is that added to my sheet.
Okey-doke.
I'm partially encumbered, so that would actually slow me down a little bit.
And what does it slow you down to?
75% deafness and speed.
What does it change your BMA to? Because it should change automatically on the
Does
sheet.
it? 2 seconds. It is. My BMA's moved to 6.
It'll take you 3 days to get there.
That's no problem.
Okay.
So that's the 16th.
You could always leave your armor behind.
I could actually. Okay, let me do that. 2 seconds. I'll adjust that on my sheet. So move that from this column to the dropped column, yeah, or by other.
Yep. Well, are you going to hire a porter to carry it for you?
No, I'll put it in the dropped column. I'll just leave it back at one shoe's place.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, so that has got me to unencumbered. So my BMA's back to 8.
Fair enough. Right. So, does anything happen on your first day there? Let us check and see.
And this is the 16th now, yeah?
This is the 16th Kaminosuke, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Going to get you, Kosa.
So, dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Right. You travel all the way down to Connor. The guards are in their shed, keeping warm. They do not attempt to check your papers, because that would mean going out into the cold. And you're only a lone traveller. You're not going to be carrying anything. You're not carrying anything obvious, so
I'll give them a polite
they will
smile.
ignore you. They studiously ignore you They haven't noticed you.
Okay, I would have gave a slight bow as
if-
well, of course.
If they had noticed you, they might have to come out and check your papers, so they
Yeah.
haven't noticed you.
Yeah, they're pretending they haven't noticed me. I get you.
Correct. Okay, and you travel across the river, and then you start walking up the eastern side, and it's coming on towards evening, but you've still got about an hour's of travel when you come across an old campsite.
Okay, so I'll camp at the campsite.
Fair enough. Right. And righty ho. So, can I have a D20 roll from you, please, Kyūryū?
Lucky 13.
A 13. Let me just check. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Right. You wake up in the night to find somebody holding your legs down and somebody holding your arms down,
Oh.
while somebody else is rifling your gear. It's dark.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to resist, obviously.
Okay, well, it's basically going to be a contest of strengths unless you can use one of your skills to get out of it
I would,
apart from that.
I would attempt to use a Temewaza to try to hit somebody, or if I've not got enough range of movement with my arms
Well,
and
basically,
legs.
they're kind of they're holding your arms down, so you're going to have to try and get your arms free.
Yeah.
You can either just make a contest of strength, or you can try using your jujutsu to move your arms in such a way as to
To spin them off me.
correct.
Yeah, I think Jujutsu's going to be the way to go, isn't it?
Probably your best, yes.
Yeah. My base BCS 15.
Okie doke. Try a BCS roll for your jujutsu.
Oh dear.
No, and they are still holding you down. One of them. Ooh.
I'm dead.
No.
Now, you're probably knocked out in actual fact, or you will be.
You've just been punched in the balls by the one who was on your legs.
Oh, in the balls. That's a low blow.
Oh, it's a low
Cheek.
blow, all right.
Oh.
Basically, you are stunned for a couple of rounds, and at the end of and after the first round, the two guys let go of your arms and legs and scupper off into the darkness with the third guy.
No. I'm going to chase them. I'm going to be faster than them. They are getting chased.
Okay, wit saving throw. They've got 1 round head start.
Made it.
Okay, you can tell the direction they're heading in, and you can chase after the first one, or the second one, or the third one, because they do appear to be going in different directions.
Whoever's closest.
Okay, roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. 3. The middle guy.
The middle guy. Okay. Right. So he is. They are all heading southeast, by the way. Okay. You can catch up to him and engage him if you wish.
Yep.
Roll a strike roll.
So
What are you going to do to him?
I'm going to run up behind him, and just as I'm about to,
You are moving almost twice as fast as he is.
yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to be going
Well,
from.
sorry, you are struggling through the snow
Aye.
almost twice as
Twice.
fast as he
Okay,
is.
so I'm going to run directly at his back, and I'm going to run and give him a 2-foot drop kick.
Okay, so you're basically going to kick him in the back.
Yeah, 2-foot, big flying drop kick, like a WWE style.
You mean a Harumi jutsu?
13.
Are you doing a Harumi jutsu?
No,
Or are you just
I'm-
going to kick him?
I tell me what, I'm kicking him.
Okay, fine. All right. In that case, from behind, yes, you get him.
Okay. You want damage for that? D6 plus 2, I think. For unarmed, right? D6 plus my level?
D6 plus your level. Yeah.
7.
Okay. He collapses to the ground.
Okay. I'm going to go through his stuff. Is he carrying any of my things?
He appears to be dressed in peasant garb, as far as you can make out in the darkness. He has some sort of cheap knife, and he does have a small money pouch.
Has it got my money in it?
No.
Well, I'm taking it. How much is in it?
10 copper.
So should I take all the money that was on my character sheet off now and just add on 10 copper?
No,
No?
no.
Oh.
Because what I'm going to do is go through and see what the guy actually managed to find. Because you don't just leave your copper and your gold
Yeah.
lying around in the open. So,
I'll not
let's
add
have a look
that
at
to
your
my
character
sheet yet, then. I've not added that 10 yet, okay?
Okay, so on your equipment list, you've got you haven't got your partial light Shigaru.
I've got 2 shuriken, but they're
your-
concealed in a special thing, member.
Yep, your Yawara is in your belt. Your nunchaku would not be in your belt. That would be in your gear.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, which saving throw for his first round? Oh shit.
Oh. I'm robbed good, eh?
He did find your money.
Oh.
On a 1, he found your money.
Well, if that's good then, that's good, because if he found my money, I've just recovered it all. If one of the other guys had found my money, that was a problem.
No. The one who was searching you was the first one. Number 1 was holding your arms. Number 2 was holding your legs, and he's the one who punched you in the balls. So you haven't killed the guy who punched you in the balls. It was number 3 who was searching your baggage.
Okay, well I never killed this guy anyway, I've just knocked him out. I've got no intention to kill him.
Well, when you check him, he is actually dead.
Oh well. You shouldn't have robbed me then, asshole.
Basically, he was rabble. So you get 0.1 Budo and for killing him.
So
And 10 copper. But as of your money,
I'll take all the rest of the money off my sheet, eh?
nope, because
Not all of it.
not all of it was in the same place. So let's check and see. So the most likely to be found was your gold, middle was your silver, and least likely was your copper, because the gold is larger coins and heavier. So what did he find first? He found your gold. Did he find the silver? No. All right, if you didn't find the silver, you've lost your gold, but you've got your silver and your copper.
Oof. Ouch.
Hang on. Wit saving throw.
No, okay.
Because this has been 3 rounds.
I think that fails by 1. Let me double check. No, 6. Base saving throw 6 for wit.
You can hear more noise to the southeast of you.
Chasing that guy as well then.
Okay. Scamper, scamper, scamper. Again, you heard him. You are going faster than he is, so you can catch up. It's not like he's got cover and can escape. You're both going through thick snow. Okay, you catch up with him.
I'm going to take
What are you doing
in the
to
back
him?
again.
Okay, roll to hit in the back. Yes, roll your damage.
6.
Yep, he collapses to the ground as well.
Yeah.
Roll a d4. On a 1 or 2, it's the wrong guy.
Oh.
On a 3 or 4, it's the right guy.
I got the
You
wrong
got
guy.
the guy who was holding your arms.
Right, what's he got on him?
He is also carrying a few copper.
How many?
9 copper.
Okay.
Now, another wit saving throw. Do you hear the third guy?
Come on, please. Missed by 1.
Okay. Are you going to carry on to the southeast anyway?
Yes, I'm definitely running full speed in the direction he went to attempt to catch him.
Okay. Bear in mind, it is dark.
Yep.
So you are guessing the
Yep.
route.
Yep.
And because it's dark, you may find it difficult finding your way back to the camp.
I'm still going for it. He's got all my gold.
Okay. Alrighty ho. Right. So, you are travelling southeast.
Yep.
How long are you travelling and how are you travelling? Because when you're moving, you won't be able to hear anything because you're crunching the snow.
Yeah, I'm gonna like sprint faster than him and then stop and listen to try and hear him.
Okay. How long are you going to be sprinting for before you stop and listen?
A few minutes.
Okay. Right. And you stop and listen. Roll a d20.
16.
And you listen. And you listen. And you listen.
Nothing.
5 minutes have gone by. You still haven't heard anything apart from the wind whistling across the frozen landscape.
Okay, I'm gonna sprint off in the same direction for another 5 minutes and then stop to listen.
Okay. D20 roll, please.
I need to catch this guy, like. I'm already all in. No, I rolled a 20. Jesus. I'm gonna get lost out here in the snow and die.
Unfortunately, that first roll was to see whether you went in the right direction.
Oh.
You do not apparently have any navigation skills. Farming, cooking, and massage aren't really great navigation skills.
No.
You think you might be lost. What are you going to do?
Attempts to find my way back to the camp.
How?
Follow the river. Find the river. Follow it. Listen for the river. Find it and follow it.
Okay. You listen for the river. Yes, you can correct you had been going away from the river towards the hills. So you stop, turn around, and you go back towards the river. Can I have a luck roll from you, please? I know it's not a normal Bushido, but we will try a luck roll for you.
Nothing.
Okay, no good luck, no bad luck. You find your way to the river. Okay.
Okay, so can I follow the river to the camp then?
You follow the river up, and another wit saving throw, please. See if you recognise the spot where the camp was near the river.
Made it.
You do. You find your way back to your camp, which is probably just as well because you are starting to feel cold.
So for the rest of the night until it gets light, I'll have to stay awake and just stay warm.
Okay. You put more charcoal in the brazier, you warm yourself up.
Okay, I'm gonna.
No, not a good night.
I'm gonna tidy up my character sheet now then. Now that we've done all of that.
Yep.
Okay, so. I take off all my gold. They didn't find my silver, and I got plus 10 copper from one guy and plus 9 from another, so plus 19.
Correct.
So 17 plus 19 is 38. Oh my god, why can't I do maths?
17 plus 19 is 36. Yep.
And I got plus 0.1 voodoo for the first guy. Is that the same for the second guy?
And same for the second guy, yes. Basically, they were rabble.
Well, the 0.2 Budo is not worth losing 18 gold. Like, I did not get a good deal there.
Of course not.
Oofed.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I just got punished.
And the next day dawns. Okay, so... So I'm just updating the log so I know what happens, or note down what happens, and then you travel the rest of the way to House on the Rock. Anything happen on your journey? No. You reach the House on the Rock safely. Well, for a given value of safely.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go find Kosa.
Okay. You are taken to the quarters for visiting students, where you find Kosa resting in the warm.
Okay, so I'm going to tell Kosa what happened to me.
Okay, that was very bad luck.
Very bad luck, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Lost all my gold, my friend.
Ouch.
I went from rich to being poor. I mean, I've survived with my life. That's the most important thing.
You're still alive. That's the
Yeah,
main thing.
yeah,
You can
but-
always get more money.
Yeah, I can always get more money, but I'm up here. I came up here to stay for the winter and to train, and I now don't have the money to do so, my friend. I might need to rely on your kindness for a little while.
We'll see what we can do, because I need to speak to Dave, because I'm doing something before you arrive. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, he gets there only 2 days after you get there, so before the first training week starts.
Yeah, I'm on to asking you about something. Because they plan their training 3 weeks in advance.
Yep.
After the 3 weeks, are any of the Atemiwaza masters present at school? Could I hire one after the 3 weeks they've got?
Okay, as far as the planned 3 weeks are concerned, after that, so that would be 3 Shimatsuki. One of the masters is, so 2 of the masters are free, and 2 of the masters do not have anything planned yet. The sensei is teaching, is giving personal tuition to one of the other masters.
So is there a master free that I could speak to try and...
Well, there are
this time.
two of the Atemiwaza masters are free.
Yes, well, I would like to
Hang on.
speak to one of those to try and book
One
some of his time.
second. Hang on a second. I'm just at the sorry. Hang on a second. I was just looking at the wrong one. Right. So 3 Shimatsuki. Sorry. The 3 of the masters are busy, but one of them is free that week. Or sorry, is not busy that week, and therefore you could ask for him to train you. You could agree that he would do something for you ahead of time.
Yes, please.
Okay, so effectively, 3 Shimatsuki, you are going to attempt to persuade him to give you personal tuition. Yes?
Well, I'd like him to book him for me and my friend. I know Kyūryū is supposed to be coming at some point. Or
Okay.
a 3-week block starting then.
Right. So, personal tuition for both of you, or are you asking him to teach a class?
A class, I guess, if that's how it works, yes.
Well, no. There's two separate things. You can either, because it's 3 weeks ahead.
Yeah.
And he's not yet been, and nothing has yet been decided. You could effectively ask him to teach a class in Atemiwaza that week.
Yes, well, that's the way
Yeah.
to go then, because I'm expecting Kyūryū, so I'm expecting him to, and I'm almost
Yep.
certain that he will.
The other
teaching
option
in there.
is to ask him to give you personal, you and Kyūryū personal tuition rather than teaching a class. Because personal tuition, in theory, could grant you more.
Yeah,
Correct
he's
me if I'm
doing
wrong, Tim. I think that's how it works. Correct?
Sorry, what was that, Dave?
Basically, Kosa has the option of asking one of the Atemiwaza masters to either teach a class in Atemiwaza or give him and Kyūryū personal tuition rather than teaching a class. And personal tuition, I believe, gives you greater learning capability, correct?
Well, it depends on how good you are. The basic point is you take, assuming he's a master, you take 99 and subtract your current score from it. And that's the bonus you get. Over 10 is what you get to your adjusted learning rate, which is calculated normally.
Right. So your current score is what? 85?
mine's 89.
89. Right. So effectively, you could only get an additional 1 for personal tuition.
Yeah. And the point is, you pay personal tuition in gold, not silver.
Yeah. So your best bet is probably to persuade him that he should teach Atemiwaza classes.
Well, how much is it?
You get the same
Likely
benefit
to
for
be
a
for-
lot less money.
Well, basically, if you can successfully persuade him to teach an Atemiwaza class, you would just pay the normal class fees in silver rather than paying fees in gold.
Okay. We'll do that then, please. I want to book a 3-week block of his time.
Okay. Let's see. Can you book a 3-week block of his time? Oddly enough, you can. So that's. Yes. If you will need to make an influence roll on him.
Yep.
But
Okay.
effectively, you can it'll be the easier route. So let me just check and see where that is. Bushido notes. That's the one I wanted. So. You need to make a successful status BCS, and you get +5 and +1 per extra pupil. So that would be +6 with Kyūryū, +1 per silver piece. So
what am I on base? +6 on my status in House on the Rock, which is 7, I believe, is it?
So your House on the Rock status is your group status is 22.
Yeah.
Okay. Your global global status is 7.
Right.
That's for the whole campaign. But your group status is 22. So your status BCS is 4. So you'd be effect number on BCS of 4 +6 +1 per silver piece you chuck in as a bonus.
Right. Chuck in 2 gold.
Right. So that's effectively plus another 12, but only 2d6 of those count.
It's alright, not bothered. It's only money.
Okay, how many of those count, he says, rolling 2d6? Well, 1 gold would be sufficient because you can't bribe him with more than 1 gold.
Give 2 anyway.
Okay.
You can do something useful with it, I'm sure.
Okay, so that's an additional +8 you can have. So that would be BCS roll against 4 +14.
Ooh.
So you just make
Just
it.
made it. Just. That was close.
And he is willing to teach a class in Atemiwaza for 3 weeks. Let me alter the class list. I'm altering the calendar, yes.
It's about time that I got this finished off. I have something I want to do. And since I got
So
more
we have
money than I know,
teaching 3 weeks of
more
Atemiwaza.
money than I know what to do with, we'll spend it on that.
I'm glad one of us does.
You're attempting to achieve mastery, are you?
It's a plan. I've got some ideas for Lockerdon. I need to master it.
Okay. So, Kyūryū turns up. You explain that you have arranged for 3 weeks of Atemiwaza in 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks' time.
I explained that I'm not going to be able to pay for my share of that.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
I will pay you back, my friend. We'll make more money.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so
I'm a rich man. Don't worry about it.
Well, I hope you don't befall the same fate as me and that you stay that way, my friend. I had some terrible luck out in the road.
And you can't get robbed once you've spent it.
Well, that's true.
So Kosa persuades.
So you've arranged for some private tuition? No, you've arranged
No,
for a class.
no.
It's not tuition. No. I've arranged him to have a class.
Yeah, cool.
3-week class.
3-week class at Atemiwaza?
Yeah, but that's in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah, okay. And we've got things we can do, including Shuriken Jutsu in between, haven't we?
We got
Okay.
Harumi Jutsu is available the first week.
Brilliant.
Shuriken Jutsu the 3rd week. Second
Perfect.
week, I don't think there's anything.
Okay, Harumi, have you decided what you wish to do yet?
I'll take the classes to increase my actual water skill. That would be the most advantageous, I think.
Right. So, in that case, the first class will start. The first class is in week 3, Kaminosuke.
Okay.
And this is at the Art of Go. Let me just call that up. And So, there are classes in Go, School of Metal, Play Fue, and Kujo. So Herbalist rather, in that week. And you are looking to ask somebody to teach you School of Water.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the sensei of the school is actually teaching a class in Go that week. Do you wish to try and persuade him to teach you School of Water? Or do you wish to ask his second in command? Because he is currently teaching, this week, he's teaching a class in School of Metal. So School of Water, School of Metal might be more likely to get him to teach you. It's always more difficult getting the sensei of a school to teach you.
Yes.
Okay? So do you wish to try for the sensei or try for his second in command?
You know, I'm gonna go for it and try for the sensei.
Okay. Right. So you're trying to persuade him to teach School of Water at the same time as he's teaching Go. Do you think that is a good idea, given the name of the school? Effectively, you are saying to the sensei, I don't wish to learn Go from you, I wish you to teach me something else. In a school called the Art of Go.
Probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I thought I should point that out.
Would it be possible to do that he's doing Go and then see if he could teach me after?
Well, classes are normally organized 3 weeks ahead. And if you check the little the class schedule, he is teaching a class in Go this week. He is not available the following week. He is busy, but the sensei apparently has spare time the following week. He's free.
Yeah, let's see
Okay.
if we can do it that week.
Well, you can try and persuade him to teach you in that week, but that's in 2 weeks' time. There's 2 weeks worth of training before then.
And what were the other classes? There was the Go.
So there was Go, School of Metal, and Play Fue and Herbalist. The first week. Second week, there is a class in Japanese classics, Hawking and Play Fue again. And in the third week, there is a class in Chinese classics. The classes are not actually set up after that.
No, for the first week, I wouldn't mind trying to do the School of Metal.
You wish to learn School of Metal? Fair enough.
Second week, the Japanese classic.
Okay, so School of Metal. Fair enough. And let's see, do they have a usable Torimono in School of Metal? School of Metal. Good lord. What's your current score in School of Metal? Probably 0, correct?
It is 0.
In that case, there is a usable Torimono available. And it is a bonus skill for you, yes. So therefore, for your first week, it will cost you 5 silver, and you can gain 5 plus your learning rate. Okay. And you gain 1 status at the Art of Go school.
And I've one.
Okay. 1 for earned status. Okay.
Any multiplier on that one?
Yes, I just need to sort out what that is.
Okay.
Bum. That is a 0. Arthur goes 0.35.
And then I learned the School of Water. It's
Good of metal.
School Metal.
And that is now also an FIS. And 5 plus your learning rate.
Mm-hmm.
What's your learning rate?
Oh, 2.
So it's 5 plus your learning rate. I think I said.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So that puts you up a BCS. So therefore that gives you 0.05 in a mental.
5 in a mental.
You're not bringing your will up?
Actually, yeah.
You've been putting your stuff into will so far.
Yeah.
Okey-doke. And so that's the first week done for you. Kinzo and Kyūryū, you for your first week were going. Sorry, Kyūryū and Kosa for your first week in the House of the Rock. You were going for, I believe, the Kurumijutsu.
Harumi yeah.
Okay, let me just find. Right, so that is being taught by Yoyaku.
And
So that's
sorry,
Yoyaku,
this is the
and
first
he's
week of-
teaching.
what's the name of this month?
This is the third week of Kaminosuke.
Oh yeah,
Kamina's-
so it's
Kamina's-
the 21st and 30th of Kaminazuki, yeah.
Next
Yep.
month is Shimotsuki.
Kurumijutsu. Right. They do have usable Torimono in that.
Goody,
Okay.
goody.
So Yoyaku he is a master of Harumi Jutsu,
Wow. He's impressive.
which is why he's teaching it.
Mm.
There is when I roll up schools, there is a bias towards them teaching a class that they are masters in.
They're master of, yes.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So he's not a 6th level. He is a master. It's bonus for both of you, correct? Yes.
It is indeed.
Yes,
So
it is.
therefore, you will each gain a 5 plus your learning rate in Kurumi Jutsu,
My learning rate is.
and it will cost you 5 silver.
Where do I find my learning rate?
Your learning
Eight-
rate
H15.
H15. 2.
if you're
So
average in your
so it's
wit
7.
and will, it's so that'd be 7.
And that was.
Harumi Jutsu.
So plus 7 on the. You add it on the permanent.
Correct.
And see how much your BCS goes up. It goes up by 1.
BCS went up by 1.
In that case, you add 0.1 to a physical.
Stick that in my deafness. I'll get there eventually.
I'm putting that on my strength.
And you both add 1 to your earned status
In the house.
at the House on the Rock.
Okay.
So that takes us up to the end of Kaminotsuki.
And it's the first of the 10th of. What's the name of this month again, please?
Imo Tsuki.
Kimosuke.
SHIMO
Shim.
hyphen
S-U-
TSUK TSUKI.
S-U-K-I.
Timotsuki.
Shimotsuke. Okay. And it was 5 silver for that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I can still afford to pay for that. I'm not broke yet.
Kurumi Jutsu and okay, so I'm just keeping track of who's learning what when. Righty-ho. So that brings us into Shimatsuki. In actual fact, that is the end of the year, officially. Last day of Kami no Tsuki is the end of the year. It's the Buddhist festival Omisoka. So if there's anything that you needed to do to finish off the year, to close the year off, then this is when you'd normally do it. Pay debts, all that sort of thing. And again, Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, tomorrow morning you're all a year older. Would that be correct?
Well, unless people have got their birth dates worked out, then yes.
Yeah, I didn't choose a birthday.
I thought everyone in Nippon, their official birthday was the first day of the new year.
Well, you might be right there, Dave. But I
I
mean,
think
sometimes I actually roll a day in
Yeah.
a week, and then
Yeah.
add it up then. But the first of the year is fine because everybody gets to be a year
Yeah.
older.
I think actually in South Korea they do both, don't they? You can be 2 different ages in South Korea.
Oh, really?
Your religious age, like just like the first of the month and
And
the
your
first of the
actual
year,
age.
and then your actual birthday. And certain things are based on one, and certain things are based on the other, as far as the law is concerned. So it's very
Ah.
confusing.
Yeah, it would be. Anyway, I shall update my age by year.
In Greece, you have a birthday and a name day, so everybody's named after a saint, and they make a bigger deal of your name day than you do your birthday.
Okay.
Age 20.
Um,
20. Ooh.
Okay. Can I suggest that we stop there for the night,
Sure.
and you are all in places where you can continue training for the winter, and we'll get that training done at the beginning of next session, if that's okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's fine.
It sounds good to me because that way Dave can catch up as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I actually have to start generating another year of training in all the schools. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, that's the task of the games master, isn't it?
Should be a
Oh,
bit-
yes.
just-
Indeed.
Should be just a matter of pressing a button on your spreadsheet, Dave.
I
Churn away.
created 2 years of training to begin with. I didn't really think I'd be getting through it quite this fast.
It's all these long journeys you send us on. That's what it is.
Oh, I know.
Well, not just that, but weeks of training soon eat up a year. It really does.
Yeah,
Oh, they do. They do.
We're
Yeah.
almost 2 years in game time now, in 35 sessions.
Well, congratulations. Sorry about the robbery,
Yeah,
but there were some very bad die rolls there.
there was. Yeah, I was very, very unlucky tonight.
I was fully expecting you to throw them off at the first attempt.
Me
and you
too,
failed.
mate. Me too. Yeah, I mean, I'm gutted about that, but it's still a really fun session. Like, I never.
Well, the other point, of course, it didn't help by the fact that the guy punched him in the testicles.
I know that is a
Yeah.
low blow. Like,
Well,
that's the one that got away
was,
as well.
It was getting a critical to stun you for 2 rounds, and then a critical to find your goals.
I know.
So, all in all, you were very, very unlucky.
It was still a
Well,
very fun session.
it does give us a reason to go hunting those bandits, though, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, yes.
Did I get a look at
yes.
his face at all? Do you think? Would I recognise him? It was dark. Yeah. Shit.
It was dark,
Yeah,
yes.
probably
Your
not.
balls hurt a lot.
You didn't see the guy who was kind of rooting through your money, through your
Yeah.
goods.
Caught the other two, but not.
Well,
Um,
at least you got 2 of them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
You got 2
you
of
didn't
them.
get the one you wanted.
Yeah.
Yes. Of course, the bodies are lying there frozen in the snow and will kind of disappear under blizzards, etc.
Yeah. And when that guy that robbed me finds out that his 2 friends are missing and then dead, he's gonna be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life.
Well, there was actually a blizzard while you were training, and another 18 inches of snow fell on the ground.
So their bodies are not being
the
found for a
bodies-
while.
Their bodies are not going to be found for a while.
Yeah, that guy's gonna be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life.
I doubt it. Bandits don't do that sort of thing because they don't normally get a chance to.
Well, they weren't particularly well equipped bandits.
They just
No,
got the jump
He's
on
got
me.
more money than he's ever seen in his life, probably. So he's probably
They
going to
were
go
opportunists.
Yeah.
crazy.
Well,
Yep.
that's the point. See, if we ask nicely, we might find out who he is because he's been spending far too much money.
Yeah,
That's
somebody
it, yeah.
suddenly turned up with lots of money.
Some guy that was poor before suddenly got loads of money. That'll spark rumours in town. Yeah, we're going to hear about that, hopefully. Might find out who he is eventually. You never know.
Well, you might.
If not, I just cut my
but
losses.
As far as I know, you're spending the next few weeks here.
I am, yeah.
Anyway.
I'm not going after him.
Right. So you.
Anyway,
you-
thanks,
you know
Dave.
what
That
you're
was
going to be doing?
a nice session.
It was good.
and
It's
we
a
will.
pity that
we will
Kyūryū lost all his money, but you know these things happen.
These things happen. It was a fun session anyway.
Easy
Brilliant.
come, easy go.
Exactly.
Can
There you
you,
go, Dave.
hang on then?
It's
Tim?
a Kosa's attitude, anyway.
I think you might have just named the episode there, Dave, with easy come, easy go, because I really could not think of what I was going to go with. I think you've just nailed it, mate.
Yeah.
Can you hang on, Tim, for a bit?
Yep, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good night,
In that
gents.
case,
I'll see you all later.
Say good night to you
Night.
all. Have a good week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.